It is now or never for Trap. If he wants to be remembered, if he wants to just not be some nobody in Jin Air Green Wings, he has to win this next map and change and move it over, get the momentum going for him. He loves this crowd. He loves it here in Katowice. He was high-fiving people in the front row every time he went on stage. And he wants more of that from all you guys in the crowd. Let's get into this game. Oh, this crowd is so amazing. The atmosphere amazing. You're all amazing. It's all about the trophy in the grand final here in Katowice, Poland. Game number 3 is underway in the southernmost position here. From Jin Air Green Wings, this is Trap. And in the northernmost spawn from KT Rolster, up 2 maps, this is Zest.
One thing that stands out the most, more than anything else of Trap so far in this series, throughout the tournament, he has been very, very decisive on what he's gonna do all the time. He says, okay, this is my strategy, this is my attack, this is how I win. He's second-guessing himself often throughout this series. He's like, okay, I'll try this, and well, actually, no, I'm gonna do a move over here, then I'm gonna try this. This is not how to play StarCraft. You never, ever, ever, even in any game, you never are meant to be in the middle of the road, kind of wondering which side to be on. He needs to really be clinical on all his decision-makings. If he can go back to how he got to the grand finals, that is the key to success and the key to turn this series around.
Absolutely, and Zest, on the other hand, has been playing exactly as good as he's been playing this whole tournament. This is why he's in the grand final, and Trap needs to just match this momentum. He needs to match this caliber of StarCraft play.
The funny thing is, when both armies eventually collide, Trap is winning the fights. But because of his second-guessing nature throughout the series, Zest is just ahead in terms of his economy and his infrastructure, and is able to recover despite losing fights. If he can solve this problem, he'll solve the series.
And I absolutely believe in Trap here. He has shown incredible games. I know it's within him.
Yep.
And a lot of people that follow Trap and want Trap to win this believe it as well.
All right, so both players very similar once again, and they're both moving out with probes to get some scouting information, to gather what's going up, to see if there's any very early rush happening or not. We do see Trap going for a second gateway very early on, and we've seen this build a lot. This map plays favor towards pretty fast expansions because of, towards the back of your base, you have an expansion inside your main base. So it's nice and easy to take. There's no damage area that can come through, and there's a nice protective ramp that goes into your main base. But the referee has just paused the series, or paused this map.
Something going down here. We got the Stargate from Zest going down as well, and talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so as mentioned, Trap has gone 2 gateways, which is the strategy that you want to use for building a lot of units, taking map control. And when you take map control, this allows that defensive unit, the Mothership Core, to swing around to scout out what's going on. That's what Trap's up to. But Zest, on the other hand, for the first time, we haven't seen this build yet, or this strategy. He's gone a single gateway, so he's down to minimal unit production. Then he's thrown down a very fast tech structure. Very fast, before Mothership Core, before a Stalker, before Warp Gate research for his gateways. And he wants to build an Oracle very early on. And then let's just put these 2 builds and strategies together. So you got one player who's building a lot of units, moving out to the middle of the map, taking map control. And then you've got another player who's rushing out of Stargate to build an Oracle. So now let's put the units in the middle of the map for Trap. And if an Oracle flies around to the mineral line and the economy, what happens if there's no units there to protect the mineral line? And the game could really heavily swing in favor of Zest if this is the case.
If indeed, if that Oracle gets a huge cluster of drone kills, it's going to make things all the more easier for Zest and to get his economy in that huge advantage. Trap looking like he's trying to sneak this probe in, and he has successfully done it too. He's
got this at the back here, and this is actually probably going to be the MVP of the game if he goes in to get the scout. He's going to be able to move across to see the star. Oh, actually, he's already scouted it. So seeing the Stargate, this is really good information that he knows now not to have those type of scenarios as described earlier to happen. Phoenix is the choice from Zest, which is a big switch up.
We don't always see this.
No.
Stalker's coming from both gateways here from Trap, and he's rallied them directly at Zest. He's going to be sending those gateway units very, very early in this game.
But look at this. This is pretty cool because double gateway has been... basically, Zest has seen that it's double gateway play, right? He knows that when you do this, you move out with map control and you move your mothership core out to do damage. So a Phoenix was built. Phoenix kills the mothership core. Trap, thinking a little bit ahead, said, wait a minute, if you got a Stargate, you could build a Phoenix. And as we can see, he's brought it back to safety. But on the flip side, Zest does get more intel. Gets in, sees another gateway added, a Stargate added on as well.
And well, that single Phoenix doesn't have incredible damage, but it is going to zone out this mothership core. And more importantly, Trap has got a pylon going up in behind the natural minerals here of Zest. This cheeky devil. Warp Gate about to finish.
Right. Warp Gate about to finish. And even though Photon Overcharge is very good for defensive reasons, can activate onto the Nexus, fire a cannon towards these units, Zest feels that he needs a Void Ray. He feels that to be safe and not to die, a Void Ray is the perfect unit to push these units back.
Photon Overcharge, not too bad for safety as well. More units being warped in here from Trap in the back door of Zest. These 3 Stalkers in the front door, just keeping those Phoenixes back. And Zest isn't thinking about back here. The Phoenix...
Yeah, Zest is like, wait a minute, why is there a point down there? Oh, there's 3 Stalkers. And now the Void Rays are going to have to be called to action.
Yeah, he needs them. He needs everything he can get to try and hold the number of Stalkers on the ground. I mean, there's not that many, but there is for this time in the game. And Traps is pulling back to his pylon here. He's protecting that for now.
He is, but he's warping in more and more units. The Void Ray can activate prismatic alignment, which is going to do so much damage to these Stalkers. The Phoenixes must support picking up anything they can here. That's a great start.
Yep, 1 Stalker going to go down, a 2nd Stalker about to drop. But the 4 Stalkers of Trap are going through into the main, getting probe kills. He's up to 5 already, 6 probe kills, 7 probe kills, and Trap is doing a bit of damage here. And what does this mean for Zest?
Well, at the moment, Zest is going to clean this up quite easily. Trap was like, okay, he's got Void Rays, it's going to be very hard to kill him, so let me do as much economic damage as possible. And he may even just decide to try to expand from this position.
He's lost a lot of Stalkers, 9 probe kills though. And we'll see if he chooses to
look how good those Void Rays are against Stalkers. Absolutely annihilated them.
And the Phoenix is picking up and doing a bit of damage as well. Trap's own Stargate units.
Yeah, I think
smaller in number versus Zest though.
I think this was really intelligent from Trap, and I'm very happy to see. The problem that we pointed out is that he's been indecisive with all his moves, but he said that, okay, I can't kill you, but I'm going to deal a lot of damage to your economy, and then I'm going to expand myself and hopefully have enough units to protect it, which is the next part here. Can he protect himself versus these units that we've just seen annihilate every ground unit that he had?
The battle is taken to the skies here. The Phoenixes of Trap getting up in number. Zest moving across, and he's got some Stalkers on the ground as well. 5, in fact, moving across. His army supply, almost double that of Trap.
Yeah, Trap is investing so much money into air because he thinks if he can get rid of the Void Rays, he can deal with everything else. And even then, the Phoenixes can lift up the Stalkers. He's got Photon Overcharge. He's got 2 of them to buy him hopefully enough time. But in goes Zest. How much damage can he get? Trap, I think, has a pretty cool and unique idea of how to deal with this. But will it work?
Will it work is the big question as we watch this unfold. The Stalkers and the Void Rays of Zest looking for that Nexus. A lot of Phoenixes in the sky here for Trap, and they're just they build so quickly, and they're just coming through.
Look at this. Zest is just going to get the cancel and then probably recall out. He's not focusing on wearing the army down for Trap, and he's just going to cancel it and then say, okay, cool, I've killed your Nexus. Let's see if I can do a little bit more damage, and if things get sticky, I'll leave.
That's right, he has that power. The Mothership Core is safe. All the Phoenixes of Trap are on the other side of the map. He could potentially get a lot of probe kills here.
Yeah, he will. He actually will. And this may trigger Zest to go for more than just tickling these units and gateways.
Yeah, he needs to do a lot more damage if he keeps losing probes at this rate. And he does recall to deal with this. Trap pulling back. Nearly loses. He does lose the Phoenix on the back in the retreat there. And Zest's econ is actually hurting a little bit. It's 18 versus the 24 of Trap.
But he does have a 2nd Nexus completed. That was the sacrifice.
That's right, and now that this is up, his probe production will be looking pretty good as he gets into the mid-game here. Phoenixes of Traps do see it.
Even though...
Oh, and loses another one of Stalkers.
Even though Zest has taken a lot of damage, I prefer Zest's position because of how fast this 2nd Nexus is. He's getting Blink, which is going to be able to assist his defense against these Phoenixes. The Phoenixes, because of how late this 2nd base is for Trap now, have to do a lot of damage to the probe line. Even though Zest was behind in economy, what you'll notice very shortly when you look at the income is that Zest is going to have a better income than his opponent. And obviously having the better income is much, much better.
Traps is being crowned the wing commander by the analyst panel in this tournament. And he is living true to his name, making a pretty scary Sky Army, but it is being zoned out very well by Zest here. He's losing a couple more probes, but like we've said, the second Nexus is done.
Yeah.
And Trap's option is to go for the Twilight Council back at home.
Yeah, Twilight Council probably, well, it depends on what he wants to try for this.
Dark Shrine.
Wow, interesting. So let me just walk you through this for a second. Trap has got these Phoenixes going all over the base of Zest. One thing that he's found, he has said to himself, wait a minute, Zest. You actually don't have any detection. You don't have a robotics facility out, which has actually just started, funny enough, and he's going to try and make this work. Dark Templars could do huge amounts of damage.
And these Phoenixes, speaking of huge amounts of damage, do another 7 probe kills here. They do take a hit to their numbers. They're down to 4. But 27 probe kills in this game. Very nice for Trap.
Very nice indeed.
He's got an econ advantage in every single way right now with his second Nexus being done.
Absolutely. So all of a sudden, I did like Zest's position, but he's taken a lot of damage. He's just lost another 7 probe kills. And now we have the potential from the Dark Shrine, which is really, really big. The robotics facility is on its way. But where is the first observer going to be? It's probably going to be quite far out. But the problem is, for Trap, is that the Dark Shrine is finishing roughly the same time the robotics facility is finishing. The big question comes down to where is the observer going to be if it's built? And where is it going to be pushed?
Observer for Zest is coming out now. He sees that the robotics facility has gone down. He's set up a pylon here. There's the Dark Templar. We'll keep a close eye on them and see how much they can do.
It's really unfortunate because the observer is just about to pop. And it has been spotted by Zest. He sees the wave, this little...
Oh, nice. Well done by Zest here.
Yeah. And this is okay to cancel this. This is fine. And that's a pretty big commitment to resources there from Trap, unfortunately. The Dark Shrine isn't cheap. The Dark Templar can be considered cheap, but 2 of them for nothing, that's not too good for him there.
Nah, and they're going to retreat, and the pylon will be taken out. Once again, though, Trap with the army out of position. He does have 5 Stalkers in the main, in the natural, with Blink. And they pick up another Phoenix for nothing. Great pick off there for Zest. Not so great for Trap at all.
Yeah, this series has been, actually hold that thought, as the Hallucinated Phoenix goes inside, sees a lot of extra gateways being added on. And especially because Zest has taken a very fast third, I think Trap is like, wait a minute, how many units do you actually have to stop an attack? And immediately Zest puts down 5 gateways of his own to protect this location. This is going to be an interesting little spin. Is Trap going to be able to break his opponent, because he's gunning towards that? He's actually building up quite a few. He's still got those 4 Phoenixes, which can have 4 different lifts.
He's got a bit of time here with superior production before those 5 gateways finish. He is waiting, though, setting up the proxy pylon before he moves out.
Zest is committing to holding this position. He's about to have a +1 attack to equal his opponents, which is going to be nice for the fight. But we are going to see a fight on this 3rd Nexus. If Zest holds this, he is in such a good position that he could be just streamlining himself towards a 3-0. But the army supply is in favor of Trap. Photon Overcharge available. There are 2 Void Rays. We saw what they did earlier, but there's not that many Stalkers, and it's actually Archons. Trap has to do damage. He really, Maynard, has to do a lot of damage with this fight.
He's doing damage with his Phoenixes, getting another 7 probe kills. Another Phoenix goes down, but 8 probe kills as a result. So that's nice damage for Trap here. He still has his sights in this 3rd. More Archons being morphed here with a lot of charge loss from Trap. But it's not any more powerful than Zest's army. It is up in supply, though.
All right, he's spreading out his units. He's going to try and get the best possible arc of his army, and here we go.
Yeah, Photon Overcharge about to expire. There's charge loss coming through, and he's just, he's moving back. He's kind of repositioning his army here. Trap second-guessing this engagement.
Well, he can't go back and defend. He can't go back, defend, and take a 3rd, otherwise Zest just is going to be too far ahead. Like I said, again, he has to do damage here. He has to destroy this location.
Coming in again, the charge lots touching up the paint on that Nexus, but they need a kill here. Okay,
what Trap is doing, he's being patient. He's forcing out the Photon Overcharge from that Nexus, because that is a lot of damage that is being dealt over time. And a very nice play here by Zest, and he doesn't want to lose an Archon.
Yeah, one of those
Look at
icons are
Zest
very,
there.
very low. Zest has been great with his blink control. This engagement, it's only just been a handful of Stalkers, and they're already winning the fight so far.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage, and Trap, is he gonna forget this idea? Is he just gonna...
back? He's taking a third Nexus.
Well, he's gonna move back, and this is pretty good for Zest. As soon as he realizes that he's not being attacked, he just says, okay, great, I'm gonna just further my tech, I'm gonna get +2, I'll start my probes up, and I'm gonna use this third Nexus to my advantage. This is nice for Zest. I'm sure he's very happy that he was able to hold this location. Unfortunately for Trap, finds himself in a bit of a pickle.
Well, now Zest has the army supply advantage, 94 over the 82, but he is just going to sit home pretty. He doesn't need to move out at all. He just needs to keep making stuff back at home. He is in a great spot here. The third for Trap just finishing now, and Zest has been up for quite a while.
All right, this Oracle from Trap can help out a lot. It's going to get in there, and if it finds itself some probes...
A whole bunch of Blink Stalkers is what this Oracle finds. But the Stalkers actually weren't being controlled there, so he's going to get 4 probes and live somehow, some way. This Oracle got in there and got 4 probe kills without being picked off.
Very nice. Very, very nice here. Looking at the supply, relatively equal, despite Zest, I feel, is in a good, potential better spot. He's got the robotics bay on the way. He's starting to really build up a very powerful army, but Trap has a lot of units here still. Remember, he was building that army before, and he never threw it to waste. And it looks like he may try another shot at this.
Yeah, he's been pumping those units back at home. Wow, the Zealot count here, 32 over the 19 of Zest.
Zest has just got to survive for a little bit longer to get towards the Colossus tech that he's invested into, and then he's going to be in a much even stronger position. But that time doesn't look like it's going to be given as Trap slowly marches north. Now this fight is the real fight. As Trap backed off, but he will go in again.
+2 is going to finish for Zest before this attack goes down.
I think this fight is huge for Trap, and this could be the way that he's able to crawl back in this best-of-7 finals. Zest doesn't know this is happening until now. He moves out, he sees the army, and he's like, oh, wait a minute. Why are you here with a bigger army that you had before? And Trap is going to go for the fight. He doesn't care. There's no more waiting. There's no more baiting. It is time to take this fight.
Zest trying to stop a concave here, but the concave is definitely superior for Trap at this point as he buys his time. These Immortals, oh, the Archon count from Trap is insane. He's up almost 30 army supply, and he's going to push through here and try and end it. A lot of the charge lots coming through with a massive wrap around the army of Zest. A Colossus coming from the right here. The Archon count of Trap is decimating with a splash damage from the back, and this third Nexus is in big trouble. Zest is in big trouble. He's taking a lot of damage here from the army of Trap.
That's a beautiful attack, well executed from Trap, and he will take his first map in this series. GG.
He will not go quietly into that good night, Apollo. He is going to get this series momentum shifted, exactly what he wanted, exactly what he needs as we head into game number 4. Trap 1 versus the 2 maps of Zest in this best of 7.